Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Like the wind I go and like a man I come, Zephyr is here. Today, I will be talking about a game I had played in the past, and that game is called Itorah. In one of my earlier videos, I said that Itorah is a hidden indie gem, and rightfully so, it deserves to be categorized as one. Itorah was released in the year 2022, March 22nd, and prior to its official launch date, Itorah barely received any press coverage at all, even when the game had gotten an official release. When you take a look over at the Steam store page for Itorah, you will see that the game will cost you around $19, or at least that's the price in my region. So when you add that along with the zero mainstream gaming news coverage, it is a little to no wonder why people just avoid it in general after seeing its asking price. Clearly, Itorah satisfied the condition to be one of those hidden games. But what makes Itorah a gem? Itorah is an action platformer game developed by Grimbart Tales and published by Assemble Entertainment. It is Grimbart Tales' debut game into the world of gaming, and I would say for their first entry title, it is not bad. Itorah gameplay doesn't break the mold of what you can expect out of a Metroidvania game. Neither does it have an intriguing or compelling plot. But what it does have is the ability to turn your screenshots into an art museum and soundtrack worthy of your soul. Hence, when you combine all of the criticism together, you will get a result that is not bad. The first impression that everyone has when they first lay their eyes upon Itorah is that Itorah is a beauty. Make no mistake that Itorah is a stunner and that the the screenshot does not lie. Everyone that owned and played Itorah had a wonderful time spamming the screenshot key, and thank God that it is free. The world of Itorah is inspired by the Mesoamerican civilization, and that every set piece is handcrafted with love and passion. From the backdrop of every area right down to the animation, Itorah is visually amazing in every aspect, and the way that they play with the lighting encapsulates this notion even further. With the sunsets in the background, you can see the distinguishable silhouette of our protagonists, enemies, and the foreground, highlighting the fact that the characters in Itorah are also incredibly well designed. The art direction in Itorah is absolutely gorgeous. Beauty without music is a sin, and thankfully, Itorah is not a sinner. The music that accompanies you as you traverse the world of Itorah perfectly blends with the area biome, a combination that feels natural to your ear as you make your journey. It is this harmonious combination of art and music that drives you ever onwards to the next area, not the story, nor its gameplay. Now, if you have watched my first 30 minutes of Itorah gameplay video, you would know what the gameplay for Itorah is like. And if you have watched my review for the game, you would know my opinion in regards to its gameplay. But for the benefit of those that have not watched either video, Itorah gameplay can simply be described as simple and its controls smooth. When I was playing Itorah, I was using the mouse and keyboard. The fluidity of controls using the mouse and keyboard are surprisingly smooth, which I find to be a wonderful surprise. So if you don't own a controller, playing with the mouse and keyboard is perfectly fine as there are no input lag and it doesn't feel clunky at all. You are welcome to change the default key layout for a better hand ergonomic placement. Itorah can be played using the controller, but as how the performance of the controller goes, I got no idea, seeing that I do not have one. Platforming in Itorah is simple. You start off with the basic set of moves, and as you progress through the game, you will collect different movesets for you to utilize along the way. The moves you learn are set in a way how the game wants you to traverse in Itorah, with level and platform design in a way that you can get access to those places once you have the necessary move. Platform obstacles that grow in complexity as you learn more moves, going from a simple jump between ledges to using abilities that requires you to double jump, dash, and wall jumping in order for you to get across those levels. The gradual increase of platform difficulty will test your mastery over the moveset you have learned. I don't normally play platformer game, but I can assure you that platforming in Itorah can be a challenge, but not to the extent of infuriating or rage-inducing. So if you are a fan of hardcore platforming games like Jump King or Getting Over It, the honest and straightforward platforming nature of Itorah will not be to your liking. This simple nature may not have a place for the hardcore fans, but certainly have a place for the more casual fans. Platforming in Itorah can be a pleasant experience to enjoy if you choose to do so, and so does the story. The story in Itorah is easy to follow. You will be playing as a human child named Itorah who found out shortly after waking up from a very long sleep that you are the last of your kind. Accompanying you on your journey of self-discovery is a talking axe, and you will discover that the reason for humanity's demise is once again encroaching on the inhabitants of this new world. So, off you go to save the world. There's no multiple ending, neither does it have an unexpected plot twist. The pacing of the story in Itorah is relatively intermediate to follow. It is not downright complex like the Interstellar movie, and you're not being spoon-fed with the story plot either. With that being said, the story isn't exactly compelling, but it isn't downright forgettable. At best, it is rather generic. It is sitting at a place where the story can be pleasant if you allow yourself to it, and if you don't, you are probably going to nitpick throughout the game. The desire to see the art from different areas is the prime force that drives you forward to clear the game, and the story is just an icing on the cake. I have nothing to say about our protagonist as she does not speak, and for that, it is really hard to tell if there's any character development for the main lead. Because of that, most of the story exposition is being done through the talking axe, your newfound furry friend, or every other NPC in the game. Itorah would have benefited greatly if there are actual voice actors for the NPC. Perhaps because of the budget constraint, Itorah does not get voice actors to voice out the full text in the speech bubble. That or Itorah wants to emulate a tribal civilization, hence giving a more authentic gameplay experience. Either way, what's done is done, and we can only now imagine on the what if. Depending on how you look at things, you may like or dislike the way the enemies in Itorah are. The normal enemies are pretty much one-dimensional, and that goes to say that is 90% of every single enemy out there. So if you're hoping that the normal monsters can be somewhat of a challenge like those in Hollow Knight, you won't get that here in Itorah. That's why it stands to reason why some people will find combat in Itorah boring. Players that love challenging games will not easily be charmed by the flowery art or pretty music, as to them, without good combat, the game is soulless. And for players that take the game for what it is, they can appreciate for what Itorah is. Honestly, it's all about the matter of perspective and what you are looking for in a game. Itorah is a nice casual 2D action platform game with beautiful art, decent platform experience, and easy to follow story with an easier combat gameplay. But if you're hoping to experience challenging platforming and combat that comes along with beautiful artwork, you will experience nothing but beautiful artwork and disappointment. Itorah is a game where I would categorize it along with the game called Cat Quest, a game that can be enjoyed by the family, and when I say family, that includes children. It is a game where the easy combat and colorful artwork can be enjoyed by them along with indie game lovers, and that makes Itorah a hidden indie gem. My name is Zephyr, like the wind I go and like a man I come, and now it is time for me to go. Thank you for watching all the way till the end, and if you enjoyed the video, do subscribe to show your support. Stay safe, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya!